Hi guys, how's it going? Oh, that's this how this run's gonna be, huh? Let's do it. Going to start. All right, so we are now starting. Now you're wondering why this is in German. Well, oddly enough, the game is fastest in German. Oddly enough, has fewer text boxes. So it's a nice change from Japanese or Chinese or English. So we're good. We're gonna try and do some German today. Tristnal got the shield, and now he's gonna run down south to the beach, where he will get his sword. After, as well as he pushes that chicken out of the way. Just screw you, chicken. All right, so gonna shove these out of the way with the shield. Yeah, stupid annoying owl. Yeah, because he never provides you. He doesn't provide you with any information. I'm gonna chime in for a quick donation. Alcade, thank you so much for your $100 donation. Very, very appreciate it. Yeah, this owl will probably fly in and go, woohoo, drugs are bad, and then flies off. Like, come on, we know that. Just go already. All right, now we're into the woods here. So go for it. Well, I mean, you'll be doing flips as you're doing, your rock's feathers. So in a way, you're doing a flip. So you notice that he ran by that chest. He will grab that chest on his way back. It has 50 rupees, which we will use to get the Yoshi doll from the clog hole, as long as it's being nice to us. That's the tricky part here. It's got to be nice to us. My bad. How dare me. All right, so going back to the seed manipulation, we needed this specific seed to determine two things. One, the tile pattern in Dungeon 4, and as well as the path that we would take when we enter the Windfish egg. So that's why we manipulated the seed, or Tristnal manipulated the seed, in order to have the right pathway, so we don't have to go to the book, do the trade sequence and get the book, or get the magnifying glass to look at the book, and all that stuff. So saves time. right, so now we got the drugs. I mean, magic powder. We got the pure uncut cocaine. Alright, so we sprinkled the magic dust on him. And now we got the key to the first dungeon. So now we're, so Triss has got to go back into town and do a couple things. And then we will make our way down south again. Alright, so let's hope for an easy claw game. Oh, that was close. Alright, so he just traded that Yoshi doll that he just won for a bow. And now he's going to go to Madam Bow Wow, or Mama Bow Wow. And he's going to trade that bow for a can of, or it's not bad, it is Madam, it's not Mom. Going to trade that bow for some dog food because, you know, why not? And then we will hold on to that dog food just for a little bit, and then we'll make a trade for some bananas later. So. Alright, so now we are in Dungeon 1, Wormpalas. I'm probably butchering the German language, but, you know, I have a Polish ancestry, so it's okay. Yeah, we need about that 100% completion over here. so he's about to get a Rock's Feather. Now we'll be able to do some... Ooh, nice. That was a nice block there. Alright, so he's going to load the game back up, and it'll take him right to the entrance. He'll be doing that quite a bit in a lot of these dungeons for quicker running through to some of these parts. Yes. All right, so this mini boss, he's going to try and trap him in the corner. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That time he just was... Nobody likes him anyway because you're already trying to kill him. Cyberbullying's bad. Okay. So, 2 charged swing blades will take care of him real quick. If he... Oh, you almost had that timing. That timing was right there. Oh, now he's being a jerk. There we go. All right. Yeah, time. I was about to say, I was gonna try and say that, but that was yeah, no. I looked at that and I'm like, all right, how to offend an entire country? But I will give it an honest attempt. All right, so the annoying owl comes back and was like, don't stick a fork in an electric outlet, and then flies off. So now we're going to head back into town. Actually, no, we're not going to head back into town. We got to do a trade sequence first. We got to trade the dog food for the bananas. Well, I'm more concerned about the fact that he ate that dog food can and all. All those bananas do nothing for him. Oh no, Bow Wow's been kidnapped. You gotta go to Mama Bow Wow and tell her what's up. Yeah, screw her. We already know where he's at. So. Yeah, so rescuing Bow Wow's worth around 1,200 rupees. You know, so we'll just go ahead and take, 1,200, approximately 1,200 rupees worth of stuff later. It's like a form of prostitution. Did a service for a kiss. Awkward.
Well, I've been muted this whole time. Holy crap.
Wow, I'm making all these.
Oh, I know, and like I've had comedy gold so far. Pink Batman over here doing God's work, coming out and telling us what's up. So, I'm now tilted off the face of the universe. There we go. But with the power. No, we're supposed to have 2 commentary. I'm just dumb. Yo.
He's really tired, and we've ourselves, along with Serial Masticator and Deadlink, have thrown this event for everybody. Well, for Nami, and let's say the amount of sleep collectively the 4 of us have had the past 2.5 days are probably about 16 hours amongst the 4 of us.
It occurs to me now that the preamble and 16 minutes worth of this run has just been me bouncing my silly shit off of you, and then none of it's being heard, and everyone just thinks that you're like riffing with yourself. And now I'm just running off a cliff because, wow. That, my friends, is how you tilt yourself very, very, very effectively. Oh. Thanks for being a part of this, Corn.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy to, talk to myself for... It makes it look like I'm talking to myself for the first 15 minutes. Why is this guy laughing at himself and corny jokes out of the blue?
You guys think that this wasn't planned and we just made a mistake. Actually, no. It's a skit for awareness on mental health. If you're hearing voices, please seek help.
There's no shame. Seek for help.
It's 16 minutes. I wasted most of my best material.
Well, you can just
it's not the same.
That's the greatest part.
It's not the same.
That's true. I'll try and laugh.
Thanks, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, the real hero here is Pink Batman. Coming in here, all flashy, like a pink-caped crusader, being like, I can only hear one person, and I think I should be able to hear 2. Good for you, Pink Batman. Cyber sleuthing it up. I'm more concerned that the fellows helping us, nobody pointed out that they couldn't hear me at all.
I know Deadlink had to go walk his dog.
Cyril just doesn't care. He's checked out. He's done. Alright, let's get back on track here.
Alright.
There was no track.
Alright, so... What's great is that the chat on mine actually has Pink Batman and
me too.
as well. That's just great. That's awesome. Alright, so now he's about to get the power bracelet, which... Well, no, he's got to do this mini-boss first. So this boss is fairly simple, but he's going to do some jump slashes, and he needs to do 8 jump slashes. Well, he's able to do 2 slashes per jump, so there you go. 4 jumps, 8 slashes. Nice. That was very
You don't want him to grab you because he's got Twix fingers, because he's been grasping them, but he's not eating them. So there's chocolate and nougat everywhere. an exposed cookie. So.
All right, so now he's set to get the power bracelet.
So if you enter that room, you kind of angle up and then jump over them, you'll always be able to light the fire and then immediately just get a 1/. That'll be about the most technical this run gets, so, you know, saddle up.
What's great about this game on the Switch compared to the old school Game Boy version that I played when I was a young boy, is that you don't have to actively equip the power bracelet in this game. It's just it's assigned to what? On your R button?
It's literally just you go to grab something and it goes, "Hey, you're wearing a bracelet. You can pick that up." Which, let's be honest, how the game should have been. But you know.
Yes. But I get it with only, 2 buttons at the time. But
I don't get it or forgive it.
Well, yeah. Well, this room, he's got to kill the little bunny, and then I don't remember the names of these things. So the bat.
It's the Pole's voice, the keys, and then I don't even know what that black skull thing was.
So he's got to kill him in that order to get the boss key.
I am helpful.
I'm contributing. Look at the little bunny.
There you
just
go.
A bunny head.
So a lot of these early dungeons, there's not really much to them. You don't really start to see anything that gets a little bit complex until 6, 7, and 8, which, you know, in a game that has a difficulty curve, go figure, who to thunk. But the dungeons themselves are still relatively small because this was a Game Boy game. But now here is the chattiest boss in the whole friggin' game. He never shuts up.
Man, I just feel like I want to throw him against the wall or something.
I see what you did there. So, Corin, what does this boss do?
So this boss, sorry about that, he spawns 8 fireballs and throws them at you, and then goes into his little bottle. He's going to hit him with his sword, knock him over, and it's like, haha, I'm protected by this, as long as you don't break my bottle. And then you pick up the bottle and you literally throw it against the wall. Rinse and repeat 2 more times, and then second phase will start. It's a pretty easy fight, but very slow. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fireballs. Back in his little home, and then now you're gonna destroy his home because you're that kind of guy. Now phase 2, he's gonna disappear. Converge his 2 incorporeal beings together, and then he will do a charge slash. 2 charge slashes and 2 regular slashes would kill this boss.
He's one hit away now. That's a pain in the ass.
That fireball.
Yeah, I took a guess there.
Alright. Still very solid boss fight, so.
So in regards to these heart containers, they do take up time to pick up, so you're going to find that top-end runners of this game pick up very few, if any, because if they're very good at the game, they're not likely taking damage, and so they don't need the extra hearts. I will pick up some for marathon safety, or if you finish a dungeon and you're low on hearts, picking up the heart fills your heart containers, because if you don't, it doesn't. So I'm bad and I might need help. That's how that works.
Well, you're doing fantastic so far. All right, so now we're kind of annoyed with this Bow Wow. So on our way to return him, we are going to stop by Crazy Tracy's medicine and we're gonna buy a potion.
I really struggled with that.
Another safety strat. But if you killed an even number of enemies, the price of it's gonna be 28 rupees. And he killed an odd number of enemies, so it's 42 rupees to buy that. So we didn't really, we're not really concerned about counting enemies killed because we really don't need that many rupees anymore in this run. We'll pick up a 300 rupee chest later for the Ocarina song that we will get much later in the game. And we're going to basically steal everything else because we feel like we deserve to be paid for our good deeds, and we're holding a grudge against the people of this town.
So if you're looking to clean your karmic slate, here's how I could put it. You start off the game by washing ashore, and you start cleaning out enemies. You save the dog. You trade people the things that they want. And then we're going to go into the store. We're going to buy, we're going to spend our rupees. We'll buy 30 bombs, and then we're going to steal about 1,500 rupees worth of items. So, let that land where you want it to for your karmic slate. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go like this. We're going to grab this. Oh, and he saw us. That's okay.
That's why we're chaotic neutral.
Bam. So, like any good thief, we're going to steal a shovel, and then we're going to walk right back in. Yeah.
Die for it. Now, that's not chaotic good. We're literally stealing and dying. That is not good about that. And then we're going to turn around, and we're going to steal again, because we obviously learned our lesson.
And that's how you just grab the bow, and you're out. The game does try to guilt you, and it's like, are you happy with yourself? And, and then you kind of have some introspection. You realize you've never been happy.
I
got a little too deep. Okay. So this is where the game starts to pick up as far as like menuing and stuff goes. So bomb arrows, if you have bombs and arrows equipped at the same time, you press the button, you shoot an arrow with a bomb on it, and when it explodes, the bomb explodes. Novel concept, but it's actually used a number of times in the speedrun because we want the bomb to explode relatively quickly. You don't want that 3-second arm timer. So, and we do stop at the Seashell Manor so we can unlock the teleporter, but that's for later.
All right, and so Trist is trading the bananas, and he'll get a stick. This is the very last trade that we will make in this sequence for the entire game. Usually there's a bunch more. You trade the stick for the honeycomb, you trade the honeycomb, you keep going all the way to the magnifying glass. But because of the seed manipulation that Trist did at the beginning of the run, we don't need that. So this is the very last trade sequence we will need to do the entire run. So, and now we stuck in the back door of the castle, and now we're gonna go collect some gold leaves.
So we gotta collect 5 gold leaves. They're spread around random parts of the castle. I'm just gonna stop, grab a heart there for safety. And some of these leaves are easier to get than others. Some of these knights are bigger jerk bags than others. I'm sure you can guess which. We're just going to magic powder that. I'm going to throw rocks at birds. That was 1 bird, 1 stone, so I don't get to write home and tell my parents I'm a good boy yet. But I'll keep working on it.
Our parents will be proud of us one day.
From this point in the game, we'll need to be kind of stingy with our arrows. Only because, technically, right now, we're a wanted thief. So we don't want to be going back into the store. Because if we do, we're going to get all, like, zappy-zapped again. which is only a few seconds, and then you're allowed back in. But why do that if we're trying to go fast, right? So we're gonna hit the piece of power. Piece of powers are good. Pieces of power are good because you move faster and obviously you hit harder. Breath of the Wild's a damn good game, but Link's Awakening is great too.
They're both good for their own reasons.
True dat.
Yes. So stealing an item, if y'all didn't know this, some of the characters in the game will call you thief for the rest of the game. Marin especially will say, "Hey, how do you feel about that?" It's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All right, trying to target my conscience.
So
there.
if you're playing in English, you probably feel bad, or if you're like me, you can't speak German. You're not quite sure which word is the one for thief, so you no longer feel bad for your actions. It's fantastic.
All right, so he did some jump slashes there for that fight too. Prevents him from being knocked back when he's fighting that Armos. I think they're Armos.
I don't know, ball and chain, dude.
Not very. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't ever remember names of enemies in this game. They're just armor dude, knight dude. All right, so he is using bomb arrows, and he has to wait for the guy to be throwing a bomb like that. Otherwise, he won't take damage. Ooh, look at that reflex. It's spicy. So spicy.
So this is it. We rob the place blind, and then we walk out the front door. It's kind of like Ocean's 11. Because if we did things the way that we were supposed to, we would have gone down here and we would have met Richard. He's fabulous. And Richard says, "Hey, I want my golden leaves back. Everybody in that castle rebelled against me." And, so we side with the monarchy. And we go back in there, slaughter his subjects, and get his gold leaves back.
Like I said, chaotic neutral.
No, that's pretty evil. Okay, and now we're being blocked by a frog. There we go. That's never happened before. A $5 donation for a guy that's ever had to say that's never happened to me before.
You've been frog blocked. Tag all your friends and let them know they've been frog blocked.
So this portion on the Game Boy was a lot more difficult because obviously the screens were broken up and you couldn't transition screens by jumping. Obviously we don't have to deal with that shenanigans, so we just go.
Yes, lawful evil, Ziggy, that's right. That's the correct term.
So,
lawful evil.
Mfuser, I get that you're trying to teach people something, and that's great, but I don't want to know that I'm a thief, so I'm just gonna pretend I don't know that. But he's right. It does come up in the world's most angriest date. You guys will see it in a little bit. It's okay. So we got the key for Dungeon 3, and we're gonna go in. And this is called Key Cavern. It's called Key Cavern because it has a lot of rupees in it.
But he does want you to. He wants that on your conscience now. Like, oh, I feel sad. Now watch, next speed run, he's gonna go out there and start farming the 980 rupees for that bow.
Okay. No thanks, I'm good.
You're like, no, I'd rather be called thief. All right. Dungeon 3. So now he's going to throw that pot on the door there, and going to kill the enemies in this room to activate the chest, and
he's getting all excited, guys, about what's in the chest. There's nothing good. I knew that. You didn't know that, but I knew.
Yeah, well, in this chest, and oh wait, what are you doing? Oh wait.
If you open that, a green blob jumps out.
Yeah. And then you rethink your, priorities in life. No thief percent run wave. That'd be such a
I don't even
boring
want to
run.
know how
Here, let's
that
just
run would
fall.
go. It makes me sad thinking about it.
Sounds like a giant time waster. We're gonna spend an hour just farming rupees.
Somebody will find a way to glitch it. It'll happen. So you can bomb arrow here, or if you're like me and you're bad and you're worried about wasting arrows, you just drop the bomb and walk away.
All right, so this room, so he's gonna bomb these guys, and then they will make 5 movements before they will eat another bomb. So 3, and then when they shake their heads like that, that also counts as a movement as well. So, oh, that was close. So each one takes 3 bombs, and no nom nom.
Oh,
Nom
you
nom.
tubby bastard. Got him.
Oh, that was a nice throw. That was a nice throw. That was a nice throw.
So you're not supposed to get mad at those things. Which they appear all over the friggin' game. It's ridiculous. Hey, Corn, what are these?
Alright. Now we got the Pegasus staple. I don't think I...
No, that
butchered
was. I'd say that was
terribly.
pretty good. Got any Germans in the house? Jawohl. Clutch.
This was great last year, donating $100 just for you to read books in German.
That
in
was
the library.
true.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Butchered my time, but
But it was for charity.
yeah,
so
nothing like making yourself look like an ass for charity, huh? So we're gonna come all the way in here just for a key. If you're ever low on health, there's always a fairy right in that lower jar, which for some reason reminds me of there's always money in the banana stand. So if you're feeling George Bluthian, there you go.
Alright, so now we're going to do Laden again. Go all the way back to the beginning. He's going to run up this left side here. Use the Pegasus rifle. Another great thing about the Pegasus boots in this game compared to the Game Boy version is that, again, you do not have to equip the Pegasus boots like in the Game Boy version. You just hold the L button and it will allow you to charge.
So that's 300 rupees, and that's actually the last of the money that's required for the entire game. Luckily, this category is very thin on money requirements. You only need 30 rupees technically, or sorry, 10 for the Yoshi Crane game, assuming you get it first try, 30 rupees for bombs, and then 300 for the song, the frog song, which you might be like, Trist, what's the frog song? You'll hear about it when you're older. Really? Can we not? Thank you. This is why nobody likes you at school and everybody changes in a different room. I don't like those orange blobs, I'm sorry. So we have enough keys. These little side, like side view rooms and stuff start to become far more frequent as we go through the run. People gave them a lot of crap at the time, but I really liked them. I thought they were super cool. And this boss is one of the 2 bosses in the entire game that I hate with a passion. And for whatever reason, I dashed left. Fun. Yeah.
Yay. He goes all. So he's gonna hit these till they're almost split, and then he's gonna use the Pegasus Stifle to separate the two.
Oh, you jerk bag.
Oh, that was rough. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and. Oh, that was unfortunate. There's one.
This boss is the equivalent of your parents visiting, but you know that they wanted to divorce years ago, but they just didn't for some reason, and now they're just like putting up with each other.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then the fact that they were one couple and you came into the life and split them, you were the reason for the divorce. All right, well that got awkward. I am not pronouncing that. Nixon Glocken.
I will have my co-commentator here split a pizza with me after. It'll be great. Oh yeah, that is the Nixon Glocken, famous for its participation in the Watergate scandal. It is not a crook. That wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
there's that one person who like believes deeply in Nixon for some reason in chat right now. I'm not happy. Talking shit about Richard Nixon. Alright, so we're gonna go do some chores. And I say chores because this is the part that involves a date with a girl that yells at you. Anybody who's a subscriber to my stream knows that it is one of my favorite emotes of all time that Mr. Deadlink SR has made for me. So when we get to that particular scene, feel free to spam it because y'all know. But don't worry, I'll walk you guys through the date. It's awesome. It's like watching an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond.
I got ready to spam during it. I'm not gonna ruin the moment.
All right, so this is a Walross because again, this is German. So if you've ever watched the show Friends, that walrus is very much a Ross.
I think Batman says, imagine going on a date with a known thief. Probably why the date goes so bad.
So we come down here for two reasons. Number one is we're grabbing the teleporter because that is like the second or third most used teleporter in the game. And also we need to talk to the walrus to find out that they really need Marin. They love Marin there. She's a singer and animals love to hear music. So you know what we do? We head back to town and we sleep in a random house. Nailed it, boys. Pack it in. Hero of time.
Yes. Don't you always break into other people's houses and sleep in their bed?
Yeah, but don't be weird about it. Just like critique the softness of their pillows. You know? It's like sleep in their bed and be like, oh, who sleeps like that? So we got the ocarina or ocarina. I don't care how you say it. Just don't at me.
So if you needed more rupees, that chest to the right is 100 rupees? Or is it 300?
It might be 100. I don't know. It's been a long time since I grabbed them.
It's at least 100. At least 100, yeah. So if you needed extra rupees for whatever reason,
yes.
You would, use that.
This is also the time where if you were a little bit sassy, molassy with your arrows, like I used to be, you can stop at the store, get bezappled, and then of course the guy lets you right back in, you know, because you paid the blood price, and you buy more arrows and bombs too if you need them. So.
All right. Oh, I saw it.
We're on a date, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna set the scene. Beautiful music. The seagulls, the water, the sand, the palm trees. Oh. She looks away shyly. ... She says something. She looks at you. ... You say nothing. She says more stuff. She looks at you. You say nothing. She looks at you again. Hello, thief. Are you listening to me? Then you finally tell her yes. You were just daydreaming about your fantasy lacrosse league where you were wondering if your forward is going to score enough points to make that damn trade you made with Jimmy 2 weeks ago worth it. When you both realize we shouldn't be sitting on the beach. We have to go move a walrus. And there it is right there. It's my favorite emote. Marin is pointing that finger at you. She's angry. She don't care who knows it.
I just want to say how much of a perv Link was. He lifted her up in the air, promptly looked straight up in the air up her skirt. It's very disrespectful.
Ziggy, I see what you did in chat, and I don't appreciate it. Not the smash thing. The thing with the ocarina. So we're gonna sing to the walrus while Joey and Chandler dance in the background. It's such a pretty song. Legitimately, the Ballad of the Windfish is a fantastic song, and the remixes that they did for this game are so amazing. And then they put that like weird marimba over it, and I just don't understand it for the life of me. Maybe I'm just old. I don't know. So anyways,
You go back to that old...
we're gonna go shoot bomb arrows at a weird sand monster.
with a propeller for a butt.
Yeah, he does have a propeller butt. I don't know how many shots that actually landed. Oh, 3, okay. So that takes 4 bomb arrows, or in this case, 4 arrows. I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, it looked like you used 3 bombs and 4 arrows.
I'll take it though, guys. You find a winning lottery ticket on the ground, you don't kick it over and go, well, that's not mine. That's, without a doubt, the fastest I've ever done that. So...
And here's the walrus saying, always pay your taxes. Leaves.
That's one of those examples where the owl flies in, says like 1 box of dialogue and leaves. Okay, and this is why we stopped to grab the ocarina, because we're going to come right by here, and she's going to teach you this song. Ironically, it's the most important song in the game, and we only use it twice. And one of them is in a dungeon to kill 3 enemies. You'll see it. I'll show you. And depending on how long it takes me to finish, we'll be able to watch the credits, and you guys can hear and see the fantastic animated ending that they put to this game, which, if for no other reason, makes this game worth playing to the end, in my opinion anyway. So we've learned the song, and now she says, don't forget it or me, because I don't know if you knew this, she's kind of in love with you. And then I bonk. So we're gonna go up to the mountain, and we're gonna come up here, and we're gonna unlock Dungeon 4, and we're gonna head in there. Now we're gonna do Dungeon 4 in 2 parts. Corin, why is that? Why are we doing Dungeon 4 in 2 parts?
Well, because it's faster. Short answer. No.
He's
Long
not
answer.
wrong.
So you do... Yeah. So on a normal casual playthrough, once you complete Dungeon 4, if you get so many a set distance away from Dungeon 4, you activate an escort quest. Basically, the little ghost pops up and then wants you to go, to his house, his grave. He just wants to go around. It's a giant time waste. So we're gonna skip that by doing part of Dungeon 4, and then we will come back and do the rest of Dungeon 4 last. And the reasoning behind that is the windfish is inside the distance to where we do not have to do that ghost quest, and we could just activate the windfish egg and go right in and not have to do it.
Yeah, what he said.
It's kind of nice.
So
Yeah.
we threw the angler's key in, and that unlocked the entrance to Dungeon 4. So we're just going to zip on through here. And we're going to make our way through. Now, Dungeon 4 has something that I've been working on recently. I'm not that great at it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it and get it soon. It's a little skip. It doesn't save a tremendous amount of time, but it saves time. And so in this speed run, obviously that's something we want to do.
And he did nail it during his practice run just before. So
I stuck the landing.
I believe in you. I was a witness too, so it did happen.
Yeah, he totally says it.
You can do it.
It can't be refuted. So we're gonna grab those bombs.
That's right.
Because we need them. We need bombs. So normally the way that we would do this is we follow this exact path. We're going to come through here. We're going to collect 2 keys. And then what we would do is we would use the load feature. And then we would just load ourselves to the front of the dungeon. And then we make our way through, picking up an additional 2 keys. And basically just go through the dungeon as intended. We don't want to do that. That's slow. And being slow sucks. You know, unless, I don't know, it's a competition in being slow. I didn't think that one through. Point is, we don't want to do that. So we're going to do what's affectionately called 2 key skip.
After he drowns.
Okay, and so it's going to be done in this room. So normally, we would come through here. And we'd be coming from the bottom. Nope. Sorry, this is a very precise setup.
Oh, I thought you had that. That was so close. Be quiet to let him focus.
Alright, so unfortunately I failed it. Such is life. That's just, yeah.
That was. He had a couple of really close attempts.
The idea there is that you end up jumping across the gap just as the bomb explodes, and it pushes you across, and then you simply jump over the gap. It saves 2 keys. It's not a whole lot of time save. Obviously, I ate a lot of time here, and so it is going to be a massive time loss, but the things you try and do in a marathon setting, you know? The good news is that at any point you can bail out of that, and it's okay. You just...
Really solid attempt there. I think you had the timing down. Maybe the bomb placement wasn't...
Yeah, I think I just wasn't getting the bomb placement. It's a very precise trick. And to be fair, I've only been able to do it in runs recently 2 or 3 times. So, still fairly new.
Yeah, solid attempt.
So essentially we'd appear here. And so what's coming up is we're going to be able to verify that the pattern, the seed that we mentioned at the beginning of the game, is the one that we wanted. And we're going to be able to do it by running over the bottom rightmost panel, and if it lights up red, we know where we're at. Now, I already know it is, because I set up the seed file, but I want to show you guys. I want you guys to be visual. So yes, that's the first we're good.
See, we won't do that room until after we come back, right?
Yes, we do that after.
So all he's doing, he's going to be grabbing the flippers, and then we're going to lodge
Yes.
and get out. And then we will come back at a later day, and then we're going to make our way to Catfish Mall. Fuser, thank you so much for your $20 donation. Very appreciated.
That fight was actually really well done. It's much easier to land multiple hits if he comes from the left-hand side than if he comes from the right. Also, as a left-handed person, shout out to the fact that Link is left-handed. Righties don't rule the world. You take your crap out of here.
Alright. We're gonna get out of the wonder
Alright, guys.
tunnel.
So, myself and my commentary, we're gonna quiet down because here, we're about to have the sing-along portion. Okay, this is the best song in the entire game. If you want to sing along and clap along, I highly encourage it. Here we go. Fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed that. Because
Hope you enjoyed it better than I
that is Mambo's Mambo. And that is the most useful song that we get in the entire run. Because it helps us teleport all over.
It's even better than Mambo number 5.
You back up right now. So we're going to head to the Zoodorf, which is the German translation for Animal Village. Which also serves as a great preface to some of the names of these dungeons and places are so heavy metal, it's not even funny. So we're just going to take off from Zoodorf because we got places to go, people to see. God, I hate that owl.
I really don't have anything witty to say about that owl. I wasn't prepared for that owl.
If there's a way to skip it, I would skip the owl every time.
I would too. The owl. I think the only thing worse than this owl is the owl from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but at least in this game, like, he's not, you know, asking you, yes or no, did you hear me? And then it's a hoot. Shut up, Serial. I just...
Yeah, and then when you try to be like, oh, do you, like the first time in at least the Ocarina of Time, people are like, did you understand what I'm saying? And you hit yes. And then the next time you want to hit yes because you think that's what he's going to ask. But then he goes, no, or he goes, do you want me to repeat what I just said? You accidentally hit yes and he just repeats it. So
Take care, Infuser.
Yeah, do you want to hear that again? Terrible. Ages it up every time.
So normally you wouldn't be able to Mambo's Mambo, or Mambo number 5, as we are going to call it, out of houses, buildings, that kind of stuff. This building is one of a couple that we can. So we're just going to fight this guy by jumping in his face and slashing him. And he's going to drop the creepiest key you've ever seen in your life. It's called the face key. And maybe you're like, Trist, is that useful for the next dungeon? Psych, it's not. We're going to dungeon 5. Ha! You got fooled.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we're going to teleport to the Zwengenburgt. I think that's it. Zwergenbucht. There we go. Again, I told you guys the names from here on out get so heavy metal, it's not even funny. So this level actually is It's both my most hated level, as Corin and anybody who follows me knows, but it's also kind of a loved level because it offers a whole lot.
Cool, a lot of little tricks here.
Welcome
in this dungeon.
to the fish mall.
Fish more.
Ah, that's not what you want.
Oh, you picked up the acorn.
Damn it. Just in case.
Screw the rupees.
So this room we do twice, and it can be a little bit dangerous. It's okay. Stuck the landing.
Oh, spicy.
Oof. Like too much hot sauce. There we go. And
Crush that rupee.
we're here purely for this key. And as I mentioned earlier, with loading, the second you pick up that key, that quick save is made. So we're good. So we quick save out of there, because why would we, you know, like why would we go all the way back out? We don't need to quick save. Now, if you're not bad like me, you won't stand here swinging. You'll do a charge shot. So this is a stall post. This is the kind of mid-boss. But we're fighting him already. The way you kill him is you hit him, and he falls apart, and then the bomb explodes on him. It's okay. So we got to do that 4 times, and after the 4th time, he stays down and then gives us an item that we want. So in the true spirit of speedrunning, we're literally going to run directly to his rooms. But here's the kicker, we have to do it in the proper order. So Corin, how do we determine the proper order for that mini-boss?
All right, so you could see in this room that he's in, you see the 2 green tiles. That means that is the second room. So when we go to the 3rd room, there'll be 3 green tiles, and if you come across the 4th room, there'll be 4 green tiles. That is the order in which you kill the guy. I think that's it.
My favorite part is that they gave him a nice little personality with this game, and so he basically asks you while you're invading his dungeon and cyberbullying, to which we answer, of course, I don't know you. How are you in my house?
I don't know you. I am here to steal your instrument and take your item.
So I killed a bunch of stuff in that room in hopes of getting a heart to drop. It did not drop, so, you know, that's a problem, maybe.
There's room 3. So clean.
I don't know you. That's not my purse.
Not your purse.
All right, so I could go to that left room that just opened up, or
you could lie.
or we could save and load out.
And
And you remember that time that we went to the left here, and then we went almost all the way, but then we didn't go all the way? Well, we're gonna go all the way now. Make from that what you want.
yeah, buddy.
Oh, stick in the landing, boys. The good news is this room is usually good for a few hearts. So we're gonna pick that up. I love that some of you guys are getting into it. Thank you. And
Yep, and it's because he is the thief. We just go around robbing these people's homes and, you know, dungeons. See all their musical instruments and treasures.
And now we get
Nice.
the hook shot. The hook shot's going to be used to do a dirty little trick here. After I get the big key. This is the problem with this level, is sometimes you get so excited that you're like, I can do the skew, I can go to the boss, isn't this great? And then you forget you don't have the key, you do the skew, and then you're like, well, damn it. You might be saying, hey, Trist, what's the skew? And as soon as I get the key, and we get there, Mr. Corn's going to tell you all about it while I do it.
Tristnal, what about the skew? Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Right,
exactly.
Corn tells you.
It's called delegation, my friend.
So, that's right. That's how a boss operates. All right. So in this game, just like in the original Link's Awakening, Link can only move in 8 directions. And so you can kind of manipulate this a little bit by what we call skewing. And you can hop and use your
just flick the joystick a little bit.
Hook shot. Yeah, and that will allow you to kind of go more in a 360 direction, and use it for to get into the boss of Dungeon.
You're essentially going to be aiming between angles that you're not supposed to be, and so because say the hook shot, conveniently that we just get here, can be used at an angle that it's not intended, we're going to be able to skip stuff, including a number of keys, intended dungeon rooms, the whole 9 yards. Because we're here to speedrun, guys. Right? Like, I'm not here to validate the developer's wants and needs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do that. Oh, that was... Okay, we call that a twofer.
Oh,
that was nice. That's a twofer.
That was nice. Usually you have to pay double for that.
Not here, though. Okay, so this is how we do a skew. That's a fish maul. See? Pink Batman knows what's up. So in order to do a skew, we just jump and then we flick the joystick a little bit. It puts you off at an angle that's a little bit skewed. You see what we did there? And now if I do this, oh, look at that. Beautiful. That was...
Oh, you did that.
That was nice and quick.
Too.
Sometimes it'll take a little bit to get hooked up. And that skips a lot. Now, to counterbalance that, this boss fight is the most random piece of crap, cheap bastard in the entire game. And we hate it.
Each reason.
So...
all right, so... T-Roy TV, thank you so much for the $15 donation. Appreciate it.
So the idea is that we want to hook shot this guy in the mouth, pull him out, and then slap his body around. If he doesn't have irises in his eyes, then we can't grab him. Oh, nice. But if he does, then we can. But where he appears and all that stuff it's 100% random. So that one, if we pull it, it'll just dance around and be a bomb. We don't want that. Oh, okay, well, that's what happens when you're bad and you should feel bad. Oh, okay. It's so bad. Oh no. Do you see the problem here, guys?
There you go. There you go.
There we go. I got so much damage in that first phase, and the second phase had nothing left on it. I'd like to remind you all that I'm a professional speedrunner. I'm very good at what I do. Please don't judge me. So I'm going to skip that heart piece because we're kind of doing okay. So this is the Wind Marimba, which sounds awesome. Although I want you to know, it's kind of a letdown after the Nixon spiel. Because how can you talk the Nixon spiel, you know? Oh, I'm supposed to hit buttons there, my bad. Okay, so if I were good, I would have preemptively switched to the ocarina. But you may remember, Tristan, you get that weird clown car key, that thing that's going to haunt my nightmares? Right you are. So what we do is we teleport to the Seaside Manor, or the whatever, I don't know, the Mushel Bar. Whatever, man. Anyways, we teleport there, which you'll remember prior to Dungeon 3 we opened up. So that way it can be used now. And we're just going to head over here. And we're going to stick this clown key in an equally terrifying keyhole.
I heard they used the model of that key after my face.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay. So this level is called Face Shrine in English. In German, it's a thing. It's the Masking Temple. You might be like, man, you set me up. And yeah, it's shenanigans. I don't actually know what they were thinking for D6. So this is a dungeon where if you were rationing arrows, you're going to have a good time. If you were not rationing arrows, you're going to have a bad time. And if you're me, you're always going to have a bad time because D6 is not... I'm not a thinking man.
D6 is rough.
You know, I'm not what you would say is a smart man. Yeah. Beautiful. That's literally what we wanted if everything went perfect. One bomb, one shot. Bam. Somebody call Fort Myers. Let's go.
Oh.
So that is the upgraded bracelet, and that lets us pick up the big elephant statues. Now you might be going, Trist, what other cool stuff can we pick up with that big bracelet? And the answer is just those elephant statues. There's nothing else. We don't grab anything else big and cool in the run. Also, I bonked on that on purpose, 100%. Kind of like every other dungeon that we've done so far, we're going to skip a lot of rooms. We're going to avoid doing a lot of stuff because I decided it, and by me I mean the guys who routed this decided it just wasn't worth it. Boom. See, Pink Batman understands me. It's all about the RNG manipulation. Yeah.
I believe it.
So despite all the sass and the screwing around, this level actually houses my favorite boss in the game, because if you do it correctly, it's quick, but also it's... Wow, what am I doing? Not only is it quick, but it looks awesome. And obviously everybody watches speedruns for their own reasons. But I believe that when speedruns are done correctly and they look good, it really adds to the... Thank you for the $20 donation. Sephora Rothschild. I hope I said that right. Jeez, that's going to be embarrassing. So coming into this door, we're going to hug the left wall in an attempt to pick up the ball first. You can get it first. This thing is weird because it makes a sound like a wet fish when you throw it. And it's uncomfortable. Ew, hear that? Ew. No bueno, dude. No bueno.
No bueno at all.
Thank you so much for the generous donation. So we're going to backtrack. I went all the way up there to kill that thing, just to show up in here and be like, hey, what's going on, peeps? Boop. And then we boop some people. So this actual part right here is ironic, okay? So I want you guys to remember that keyhole and this particular ravine. Because if we didn't come in here to grab this chest to get this key, we're going to end up coming up a floor to that ravine where you got to get across without the key to get in it. It's basically the dungeon's way of being like, you're an idiot. Figure your stuff out. You know. I said stuff. I just want that to be said. So if I head north, the rooms just start looping like magic. So we're not going to do... We're just going to pick up the elephant statue. We're going to jump down here. We're going to be like, no elephant can hold me. And then... I don't know.
So this room, you can just hide in the corner and raise up your shield and just deflect all these things.
Yeah, we're just going to pop a squad. That's it. That's swag right there. Dodge the last one so you can appear where the key is. Oh. Oh. Mothers, lock up your daughters. Pink Batman, thank you so much for the generous $20 donation. I appreciate you. So these are chess pieces. You might notice that the places on the floor are colored black and white. Or dark and light, depending on your affiliation. So we throw them in a L formation because those were knight pieces. And if you don't know chess, I can't help you. And I'm going to have my rook take your bishop.
Depending on the end game, though, you may be better having the rook than the bishop.
So I mentioned that the Ballad of the Windfish is useful twice in the game. This room is once. The only other time that the Ballad of the Windfish will be used is to literally open up the Windfish egg. And it's like a full song and everything. It's actually pretty rad.
Probably the coolest song, in my opinion.
Oh.
One of my favorite.
When you guys see like the animated end scene and everything? Oh, it's so good. Oh, they're touching noses. Oh, it's nice, sweet. They're nuzzling.
Nuzzling over there. Why did I say snuzzle out?
Are we snuggle buddies? Oh no, he's...
Oh, he crapped it out.
Okay. So here's the ravine. Remember the one key I said that we have? That we will regret? No regret here. No ragrets, friends.
No raggarts.
Or raggarts. Don't raggart. Boop the snoot. Don't boop the snoot. It'll piss it off.
Alright, one more Laden.
Yes.
We're on our way to the
This
boss.
is the last Laden that we will do. And then we're out of here. And then we get to the boss, which I'm hoping is either going to go very well or very badly. Given my nerves so far in the run. Oh.
It's gonna go great.
Like a family reunion with people
Once
you
you
don't
do that.
like. It's going to go awesome. So I totally meant to do that. RNG manipulation. Throw him down a pit because humans' rights violations. Who cares?
Well, that's not a human,
Okay,
so.
can you just... Okay. So this guy's a little bit chatty. But then again, he's a giant face. Like, trapped in a room. I'd probably be chatty, too. I guess you could say he has real personal issues from getting walked on.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm the bad guy here.
Oh.
Screw you guys. Okay, so the issue is that you're going to have tiles coming at you from both sides. So you need to protect yourself from some and then explode others. Oh, come on. Got him.
Nice.
There you go, Pink Batman. I'm glad that I could help you with something. As long as you stun them with the hook shot first, you can just pick them up and throw them. Honestly, it's the only part, or it's the only time during the run that we do something like that, but still. Very cool.
All right. That's the best song right here. The Corolla Triangle.
That ends in triangle, so that was a gimme.
Hey, listen. I'm getting better, all right? Just because the difficulty's getting easier doesn't mean...
Indeed. So this marks the last bit of game where we're going to have to go and do a little bit of running around. And then once we're done doing the shopping list of random stuff, we're free to just finish the levels and finish the game. So of course, feather on Y. If you put Rock's feather on X, you're an animal. And like that's not funny. Don't do that. Don't put Rock's feather on X. Remember those 300 rupees that we picked up in Dungeon 3? Well, we're about to put those to use. There's an angry frog in here. And I say angry frog just because he looks angry. I don't know. But he's going to teach us a song that raises the friggin' dead. And then we're going to get a big blue cock. Which, again, if you frequent my stream, you've seen my big blue cock. And that's going to help us get through the next few levels. Oh, as far as these signs go, you need to read them in order. And if you read the wrong ones, you have to start over from the beginning. I'm sorry, Corin, were you going to say something, or did I make it weird with the big blue cock?
I was trying to come up with a witty retort.
I don't think you can, bud. I think that one's pretty sewn up.
Yeah, that one.
So they kind of try and trap you a little bit there. Like that one, they try and tongue-in-cheek you, and they're just like, ah, I see. We could have got ya. So there's actually a hole under that bush there. Joke's on them. We got it. So hilariously enough, we're going to equip the ocarina, because right after we learn the song, we're able to ocarina out. This song is not nearly as cool. You don't want to sing along. I'm just saying I paid 300 rupees. It's like paying for a ticket to a concert, and then the concert sucked.
And the main attraction showed up an hour late.
Jeez, it's like Aerosmith all over again.
I was gonna say Beyonce, but
the Queen can't do any wrong.
oh, I should have said Mariah Carey.
I feel like we're getting in too deep with these references. Okay, so two things there. Number one, we wanted to push this because there's the corpse of a big blue cock under here, which we want. Also, I accidentally swung my sword and I hit the fox. Foxes are used for some game-breaking bugs in the any percent stuff. It's kind of cool, actually. But you swing at them, and then they don't hesitate to take a shot back at you. So, yeah, about that. So anyways, big blue chicken.
Waving back at you. Just trying to say
anybody
hello.
from my stream knows. That's a universal one. That's fantastic. You can use it for anything. Anyways, we're going back up to Boris's hut because everything fun in this game apparently happens in the northern mountain range. That's a real fact, my friends. The downside is that we're going to have to listen to the owl boy talk, because he's kind of a jerkbag and he likes to invade privacy. Yo, Kane. Kane, my dude. Your Zelda 2 run was magnifique, my man. Yeah, that's how proud of Kane DeShane I am. I'm using fancy French words. I'm doing a thing with my eyebrows, but you can't see it. Oh, I should probably... Haha! I baited myself. I put on the shovel when I know damn well I need the hook shot first. Man, in my prep I did the Dungeon 4 skip, and then right now I couldn't do it. And then Mega Man, I posted a 2-minute PB, and then bled 9 minutes in Flame Mist stage, so I'm just convinced that, like, marathon prep is just, like, really focused practice, which is good. But then you just choke, like, really badly in an actual run. So what you saw just there, you're supposed to take the chicken, and you're supposed to be all like, and ride them across, like I'm doing here. But why do that when I can do the fast thing and do exactly what I did there? I want you guys to know that that was awesome, and I feel awesome, and I hope that that awesomeness is extending to you guys as well. So now we have a key, and it's a key for Dungeon 7.
And like Dungeon 4, this is going to be a two-parter. We're only going to do part of Dungeon 7, and then we will actually go and complete Dungeon 8, and then we will come back and complete Dungeon 7 for something very similar to the Dungeon 4, where you have a side quest you have to do. There's a giant cinematic with Marin after completing 7, heading to 8. So we kind of just avoid that by just not going that way. So this is why we will do exactly that. And Serial Masticator, thank you for the $6.33 donation.
Yes, Kane, this is the German version, because Sprechen Sie Deutsch is the fastest text in the game, not because there's less of it. It's because of the way it's formatted, so it's fewer text boxes in general. Also, Pink Batman, you feel pumped. I dare say you feel determination coursing through you. It's almost like there's an Undertale run up next. The segue. Oh, jeez.
So good. And of course, Serial Masticator with the $6.33 donation puts our total at $2,222.22 because, you know, that's
Why do you
awesome.
do this, Serial?
Serial is awesome.
So now you might be asking, okay, so you didn't want a weird ghost following you, and Marin's getting a little clingy, so you're trying to avoid that. Are you really going to go into that dungeon with that big blue cock? The answer to that is no. The big blue chicken does not follow you into dungeons. And in fact, in the course of the regular game, at one point just stops following you. And the reason is because he goes and hangs out with a dude that looks like Luigi. That's like, oh, I always wanted a big blue cock. I'm not even kidding. Just hangs out. You go into his house, he's like holding onto the chicken, flying around with it. Okay, so this room you're meant to like get the ball all set up and then go do everything, and we're not gonna do that. So we're just gonna set the ball up, reset the room, and then we're gonna cheese it. Because then we're gonna come through here, and we're gonna He-Man that ball through that pillar. Now, you might be going Holmes on Holmes right now and being like, hey, that doesn't seem safe. You're knocking out the main support beams of this tower. And to that I say, yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're going to throw the ball here. and then almost mess it up. We'll leave it there, and we're going to drop down this pit. And for no particular reason, we're just going to kind of head in a complete other different way. Don't worry, everything starts to make sense. This level has a lot of rooms that you never see. We have no interest in them. They have no treasures that we want. There's a remarkable amount of this level that is not locked off by anything. And so we just don't care about it.
And for Marin being clingy, you know, it's, you know, how would you feel you get chewed out like you did during
That's
that
true.
date?
Are you listening to me? My mother will be here to visit in 2 weeks. I hope you're prepared. Although I think somebody mentioned it too, is like, do you really want to be with somebody that just stole blindly from the town? But it's like, I don't know. Like, these aren't questions I'm prepared with. We just started seeing each other. I just washed up on shore. Can we settle down a little bit?
We are going too fast.
Alright, guys, so we're talking about some serious stuff. We're going to take a 5-minute break here. We're going to be back. We're going to listen to some Sting. I want y'all just to relax a little bit. Really think about your relationships moving forward. So anyways, we've done a bunch of stuff, but more importantly, bam! One of the 2 things that we're here to do, which is get the reflective shield. Huzzah. And then we got to knock out that last pillar. Now, if there's a catastrophic failure point, we're coming up on it. Basically, there's a way that when I'm throwing the ball to prep for the last pillar, I can end up screwing it up. And it essentially resets the whole thing. And then I gotta, like, go through the whole shenanigans again. It's not fun.
Hey, Batman says she's already playing the honeymoon. Oof.
Man, some guys are into that, you know? Some people are into that. Some people are just like, hey, listen, I want to be loved so bad. And other people are like, listen, I just met you, and this is a public bus, and I didn't ask if you're gonna eat that hot dog, but like, are you gonna eat that hot dog? And that's it, you know. Some relationships just end there. I just want to say, any life advice you take from my stream is bad news bears. Please don't do that.
Do exactly the opposite.
You ever just, like, you're sure you can hear somebody grinning when they say something? There you go, Corn.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
We're good.
And Ziggy, I was thinking that too. I just
Don't
bet you this is
even.
crazy.
Carly Rae Jepsen is like the biggest, oh, I almost screwed it up. You mentioned Hinox. It's been a while, guys, right? This one's red. He's going to be super hard to defeat.
And he's gone.
What's it? You know what the worst part is? That Hinox is part of the scene for so little time that it's really hard to even set up a joke for that, you know? And you're just like, wow, you lasted about as long as my ex-husband. But alright, so there's the last pillar that we've knocked out. And we've got the shield. So you're like, Tris, we're gonna slap around what's on top of that tower, right? Foaming at the mouth. You crazy viewers. And to that I say no. Because when we do that, Marin gets lost in the mountains and it's a whole thing. And I don't want to deal with that. So we're gonna use our trusty loading of the autosave. And Big Blue Cock is waiting out here for us. So we're just gonna float on down, not into that hole. But don't worry, we're coming back for that hole. That's gonna be a panic hole for later. Okay? Bro, she's not even real. The island is fake, okay? Just saying. Just saying. Okay? Unrealistic marriage expectations. So we're gonna go up. We actually have no use for the chicken at this point. Unfortunately, she's just part of things. Just kind of follows for now. But yeah, we would, if we had done level 7, we would have rescued Marin on that bridge. And then she does this whole thing where she's like, I don't want you to leave. Seriously, I told my roommate that we were going to be sexing it up, so you can stay. And then it gets a little clingy. And you don't want to do that anymore. So, no bueno, right? You say thank you, because, like, she's laying her heart out to you. But then you're like, I'm going to go wake up the windfish. Okay, so this area can suck a little bit, because these rocks are all random. Bonk for RNG. I do want to be a little bit careful coming through here because the boss, the little mini boss that you need to fight in order to open up Turtle Rock is kind of a jerk face. Is pretty much the only way I can describe it. So, yeah. And I don't want to use Crazy Tracy's medicine fighting a mini boss. Let's be real. So we're going to go here. We're going to fight these pterodactyls because we don't want to contend with this crap during the fight. They just like dive bomb me and stuff. That's not fun. The downside to this though is that this blue chicken is like he's in the fight the whole time. He's in your way. And you're trying to like launch bomb arrows at this guy and everything, and it's just well, it's brutal. Have we found the chain shop yet? Yeah. Dude, like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
That's old news. She kissed us already. We're in.
She gave you that lemons.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so we did it. That was pretty clean. Ah.
I bumped your chicken there.
Yeah, don't get crushed by your chickens. You see how much health he does though? Like, damn. Okay, he rammed himself into the sword. Drop a fairy. Which is good news for us. I got lucky there. We're in. We're in it to win it.
We're in, boys.
If you can pronounce that, have at her, bud.
Oh, man. No.
So, this dungeon has some horse shit, as I'm going to call it. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Or I'll call it shenanigans. I feel like somebody's going to get upset and they're going to be like, horse poop's not bad. Many places use it for fertilizer. So these things kind of suck on a joystick. Essentially is you need to have the direction changed before it hits a wall. Otherwise it just stops and goes, okay, guess that's all we wanted to do. And there's a number of puzzles where they just want you to fill in the space. Which is like the most busy work thing I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to fill up our magic powder there because we kind of need it. And we're just going to continue through the dungeon here. There's not a whole lot to be said about this. What do you think, Corin?
No, nothing. I remember this dungeon sucked when I was a kid.
Sucked then, sucks now.
What fun. Yeah. I mean, it looks a lot cooler now than it did back, showing my age now, but this one's pretty straightforward. We're gonna go get the fire rod, and then we're gonna kill everything with the fire rod.
Yeah.
Just about. The
downside is if you haven't been rationing your arrows, you're about to have a bad time. A very bad time. And even if you did ration your arrows and you're not that great, you're about to have a bad time. So, yeah, the original like Game Boy game is It's kind of broken. I considered speedrunning it at one point, and I was like, well, that ain't right. I feel like if you have to say that about a speedrun, it's probably weird, you know. Then again, this is glitchless, so that does help. There is a lot in this dungeon that we just don't bother with for, you know, a lot of reasons. Because why go around all this stuff if we don't have to? Oh, okay, so you can get across here in the cycle that you need to if you're quick enough, but it gets a little dicey. So that crystal that we hit earlier is literally just to make sure that those blocks are down, and then this boss can be kind of a dink. He can deal a lot of damage, but more importantly, if he lands that shot on you, he can eject you from the dungeon and put you at the start. So, yeah. There we go. So we go ahead. We're gonna grab Magic Wand. And then the irony here for me is that we go to load, and instead of immediately throwing on the magic wand, we throw on the magic powder. Because this guy is a dill hole. Oh, peace power, let's go.
Oh man, we have to kill this one this time. And he's gone.
Yeah. You just kind of charge into him repeatedly, and he's like, oh no, my one weakness. Getting forcefully stabbed in the face. Damn it. Oh, whoops. So I made a mistake, and I accidentally put the magic wand on Y, and I put feather on X, and I've committed a mortal sin. 100% unforgivable.
Going to Laden once again. You wanted to this may be the very last time you'll Laden.
No, one more.
Maybe one more.
So we just now have one more thing to do before we head for. We just need to get the boss key and defeat the mini boss. I used to hate this mini boss. He's actually not that bad. Now that I feel like I've got a pretty consistent strat, which I say that now, and I want you guys to know I'm about to just like eat shit on it. It's gonna be so bad. Yep. You see me panic there too? Oh.
I did. That was clutch though.
What am I even doing? Holy jeez. I'm like angling myself and it's just not working. And now at this point I'm just wasting arrows.
Stop it. Wow.
So the idea was that
there you go.
You essentially lock him in a corner and you just shoot him very quickly. What I showed you was the absolute wrong way to do anything. Don't do what I did. I don't. It's marathon luck. The amount of times I've heard people running, doing a marathon, they're like, "Man, that's never happened to me before." I believe them. I legitimately believe them. I'd say I'm embarrassed, but I'm pretty good. There we go. This will be the last load. And that's it. Because now we have the big key. Which, again, this is one of those things like Dungeon 5 where you forget. You get so excited, you're like, I've got everything I need. I'm going hard, and then you're ready to go to the boss, and you realize you forgot the key. You're standing outside the locked door like a dickhead.
Let me
Pretty much, yeah. We're all memeing here, but yes. Okay, so this becomes a problem. Because basically, I'm trying to burn that, but also land on it at the same time. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Like that.
nailed it. I'm a big believer in paying for your hubris. I believe I'm paying karma back tenfold right now. Good news is this boss is kind of dumb easy. Which again I say, and I'm going to screw it up horribly. But hits Kopf. So it becomes a weird, like, head thing.
Oh. Start combo 2 while you're at it.
The idea is that we just break him out of his shell. Once he's out of his shell, just pop a squat at him from the side. He takes 3 hits, and then he's dead.
Right. So now after this, we'll go back to level 7.
Yes, indeed.
And then we will do 7-4. 7-4, then the egg. Safety strat?
Yeah, I think after that dungeon, everybody here, including me, is like, maybe you should safety it.
Oh, I forgot to read the instrument. Octopustrommel.
Strommel? Yeah. I don't know why it's an octopus drummel, but...
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't see an octopus on it.
That was a very dad joke. You should... That was bad. You should feel bad.
I should feel bad.
I don't feel bad. Alright, so now all we have to do is... remember the last time we were at Dungeon 7? We collapsed it. So we're going to come in here, we're going to clean out the rubble, we're going to fight a big angry bird. And if you're like, hey, what do you mean, big angry bird? You'll see. It's literally a big angry bird. Better go see the man in the high castle? No, let's not do that. So this room, there used to be outside. Now there's not outside down here. Because we collapsed everything. So we're going to boop, and then instead of using arrows, I'm gonna try and save my arrows and hope that we get a lot of low shots where I can use the sword, and we can use the magic wand to hit him. Upset avians. He's a 2 full saddler, and he's mad.
But you said he's sad.
Yes, we did. So when he comes in low like that, obviously that's where we can hit him with the sword. The downside with the magic wand is you got to time it a little bit better, because they don't fly as fast. Okay, and this isn't so bad. Just take random shots. Oh, come on, dude. Bruh. What are you doing? Get out of here. Okay. So, realistically, I've been running this game for 2 years now. I've never seen RNG where he does that 3 times in a row. That was terrible. Oh, I got beaked. So this, my friends, is how you throw a runaway.
terrible RNG, or
I don't know. At this point, just pissing it away. So your RNG manip isn't working out. Yeah.
I think seed manip was just awful. Maybe you should have
Yo,
done
do I
better.
not get points for that cool bail off the tower? Jumps and then like backs his way in. That's cool. Poseidon Orgel.
Poseidon.
Isn't that cool though? These German names are
That is
sweet.
pretty cool. They're either really sweet or really there's no in between.
I'm so angry. I think we're on pace for like a 158.
It's a really solid time.
It's not. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
Sub 2.
It's true, and then we get plenty of time to watch the end credit scene. Because, oh boy. Although my co-commentator can start at any time, I guess that's not really that big a deal. So I was actually only 2 hearts down. I didn't really need to pick that up. I did it for shits and giggles, I guess.
For
yeah.
the walls.
Oh,
Samurai, you dang so much for the $100 donation.
Samurai.
That's awesome. See, y'all are donating way too early, or y'all just need to donate for my run, which is next, because I will have some donation incentives for my Undertale run, which will be next.
Okay. So we got the halfway point. Now, if you guys remember, we talked at the very beginning of the run about seeds. Seeds meaning that we know patterns going in, the 2 patterns being Dungeon 4 pattern, which will always be upper right, upper left, lower left, middle, bottom right. Bam!
Wow, it seems like you manipulated
Oh,
that.
it's like I planned it. Oh, man. Samurai, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Very much. I enjoyed your runs yesterday, too. If anybody hasn't seen Samurai Dance's runs from yesterday, go ahead and scrub through the VODs. They're very much worth watching. If you want to see some
It was a definite
people that know how to go fast. So we got the key, which, again, we need the big key. We're going to do some crazy stuff here. We're going to go here. Wait for these 2 slimes to be gone. And then we're going to run off. We're just going to run right off the edge. And then we're going to run off the edge again. And then again.
Yeah, great.
I haven't had this much trouble. Okay, there. Oh, I haven't had trouble in that jump in like months. I did do a flip. I did several flips. Guys, this is now flip percent. Any percent flipless? Oh, not flipless. No. Flip full. That's the one.
Oh, there you go.
Trist knows what would incentivize you. Ziggy, I don't know if that's like... That's supposed to be a suggest. I don't even know. Okay, so this guy can be super jerky. Because he kind of forces you up and down. And there's no way to really do anything. It's just a crap fight, honestly.
What a cool name.
Yeah, and he says a lot of blubber, flubber, dubber doo. And I don't know what his deal is.
Flip the bird, flip the bird, yeah.
That messenger run was baller.
That was fire. It was so fun to restream that. All right, so now we have gotten we're about to get all of the instruments.
So,
and now we make our way to the Windfish.
From here, literally defeating this boss until being able to enter the Windfish egg is like unskippable almost 3 minutes of crap. So we're already about a 156. The good news is that unless all hell breaks loose, I should defeat the Nightmare Egg. Relatively good time. And then you'll get to see the ending, and that's the best part. Das Ruft. Alright. Here we go. We got 2 owls left to deal with, and a weird windfish egg. For all hell, the Braylist, please don't. Please don't. So there's a number of things that can go wrong from here. I don't think they will. I'm not even gonna jinx it. You don't even say it. Don't say it, and then
don't. But hey, at least we get to listen to this banger of a
so
song.
here is the second use of the Ballad of the Windfish in the entire game, despite it being the headliner song. Kind of expecting more.
It's always so. Yeah, I like the. It's the only thing about the old version that I like better than this version. Is the Battle of the Windfish song. Still fire, but not as hot.
All right, so.
All right.
Corin, no, take it away. Ahead. I'm just gonna do the thing that I'm doing.
Right, so another thing with the seed manipulation is this the lost rooms, as I like to call it. So he's gonna go right, up, left, up, and then he's going to keep going up until he goes to the pit. Again, this is from the seed manipulation. Would not be able to do this without the magnifying glass and the book in the library. So the seed manipulation fixes that.
Obviously, the fact that this is the fastest seed is because the vast majority of that is just dashing forward. And now we just have multiple phases of the nightmare fight. So the first phase is a big scary blob that jumps at you, and you sprinkle mushroom dust on it to piss it off. That's the first phase.
Sprinkle the magic dust.
The hope is that I can do this without dying and not needing Crazy Tracy's medicine, but let's be honest, sometimes pigs are gonna fly. Hell's gonna freeze over, so on and so forth. Right. Okay, so this guy. Right, so oh, sorry.
I was gonna say phase 2 is the whiz rope.
And this one we can cheese. We wanted him to shoot the orange balls, but if he shoots the blue, those are bad for us. So the way we cheese this is by jumping and slashing, because if we time it right, unlike me right there, you can swat the ball back at him every time, but you can also avoid hitting the blue ball. Just like that. Very much like Link to the Past. The idea is that you want as few blue balls as possible. This is all random. It's a royal pain in the ass is what it is. Alright.
Yeah. It's probably the least fun. Now here's the most intense phase right here. Wait, no, there's no, not. I'm thinking there's more.
Yeah, you think of the one after this. So this one sucks. Yeah. This is the final Ganon from Link to the Past phase, and we need to hit him a number of times here. Okay, so we got 2 hits in the first phase. I believe we're 1 more hit away. Either way, he does a ton of damage, and he's basically invincible right now. So we want to... come on. There we go. So because I got those first 2 hits in, we're A-okay. And then this, we just... There we go. And here's where
Alright.
things get evil. It's actually the easiest part of the phase, but you just shoot him in the eye twice every time. Don't shoot one like behind you like an ass, though. Sorry, Corn.
Nope, you're fine. This is the last phase. So the only tricky thing is the arm swinging get to be askew eventually, as you can kind of see. And then move a little bit faster.
That's not what you want to do.
Get right to the
There
home
we
screen.
go.
No eager home screen.
There we go.
There we
Timer
go.
stops
Oh,
as
nice.
soon as we hit the ladder on the way up.
Just over 2 hours. That's a very solid run.
Very solid run, yes. There's worse things.
Nice.
Where the hell's my timer?
GG.
Why? Oh, it did stop. Oh, because I'm watching the friggin' stream. I'm an idiot. I just canceled my own. I don't even know what the time was.
You stopped it for a split second. It was like 2.
I did that on Mega Man. Yeah, 2 minutes or 2 hours 7 seconds.
2 hours 7 seconds. Nice.
Guys, I'm just saying, okay, I didn't die. We didn't have to use Crazy Tracy's medicine. I goofed around. I had a whole lot of fun. Corin, did you have fun goofing off for 16 minutes?
I had a blast. For 60 minutes. by
People thought you were
myself
alone.
here. I'm all over here talking to myself over here. Oh yeah, that was a real funny joke there, Trist.
So good.
As I'm talking to myself, people are like, "Yeah, no wonder they chose Nami as their charity of choice." Corin just went off the deep
Well,
end.
if you're feeling crazy. So I did turn up the volume a little bit. You might have to adjust. I'm super sorry if that's upsetting for you. But this music is pretty amazing. I would like you guys to appreciate it.
We've got some time.
And
to kill, too.
Restreamer, if you cut me off, I swear to Jesus.
It's Deadlink, yeah.
Deadlink could do it. Just to flex his power and be like, ha ha! What up?
Jokes on you. I cut your stream an hour ago.
Was it 2:27? Oh.
Yeah, it was just over. It was just a hair over 2 hours.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I said I'll blow my eardrums.
Sure,
Then
okay.
no thanks. We're good. So, if you have a Switch, I highly recommend this. I mean, look at this animation quality. This is...
So good. So good.
Okay, I'm going to say my farewell stuff, but I'm going to shut up for now. Y'all can watch this, because it's worth it. It really does. Yeah, I got a girlfriend, but you've never met her because she totally lives on an island where a big magical whale is all like, "Pfft, I just destroy the island with my magic. Nothing here was ever alive. It was all
Yeah.
a dream. What up?
Guess what? You just killed your girlfriend.
So we're gonna let the last of this play out, and then I have a couple of small announcements, and then we're going to prep for the finale, the Undertale, played by Mr. Corin. And you're gonna have yours truly riffing unfunnily the entire time. I hope you guys are excited.
It's gonna be just...
Hold it in, Corin. Hold it in. I know you're excited. You got some stuff to announce yourself. But we'll wait. We'll wait. You'll get excited, but not yet. Hold it in.
13 minutes. All right.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to my goofy little Link's Awakening run. I'm sorry that some of the cool tricks didn't work. I'm sorry that for the first 16 minutes it appeared like Corin was talking to himself. But I want to say thank you so much for all the generous donations, both during my run and up until now. I'm very, very excited for Corin's Undertale run. It's such a happy, fun run, makes you think, and it really is fantastic. And the music is great. So hopefully we'll find a nice balance between our goofy voices that by the end you guys will be rolling your eyes being like, yeah, we get it. And the good music that Undertale has. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you for supporting this cause. And we will see you in like 10 minutes. Yes, because
You don't think, Tris, for having me.
they're pulling my plug. All right, guys. You're very welcome, Corin. Thank you for helping out. Take care.